We are now joined by Stevens Institute of Technology after their 5-set winner. I'm joined by Dylan DeBoer on the left, Gabe Schenkweiler on the right, and Coach Patrick Dorwalski in the center. Coach, if you would, open with a statement.
Wow. Somebody just mentioned that I think we've set a record for blocks in a championship with 33 total between the two of us. So I think that was quite a thrilling match. I'm glad we were able to rise to the occasion.
Coach, I think, did you get the sense you were able to wear them down using your depth to you as you stood there? What element did that play, if any, to you?
I'm not so much sure it was wearing them down. It was changing what we were doing, I think, had a bigger impact over, per se, wearing them down. It certainly seemed like they were still swinging very well at the end.
Yeah, what did you, I mean, in the many things that you changed, or what did you change that you felt that made the difference? The
biggest difference was we changed from a topspin serve to float serves because they were struggling with the float. And even if they were able to pass it, they were far off the net, so we couldn't run the middle, so we could key on the blocks.
Yeah, we were able to take out their front row outside. Specifically, it was Ethan or Luke.
Spicer.
Yeah, Spicer or Ethan Klosak, I believe.
Yes.
So we were able to take them out of the play, and those are their two big hitters. So every time that we brought them up to the 10-foot line, they had to take a huge approach, and we knew that our blocking scheme would benefit from that.
Gabe, you've been in many great gyms with this program, but again, I would say Coach used 2 setters, at least 3 serving subs, 4 outside, switched right sides, basically full time. Basically, he didn't take you out, but everybody else, and Dylan. But you guys don't have to kind of like wait for the new people to kind of contribute. It's like it's almost seamless. How would you kind of describe what occurs with all the changes that you're able to kind of introduce them or make them be impactful almost instantaneously?
Yeah, it's a lot of trust from player to player. Look to the guy to your left, look to the guy to your right. Trust that they are ready to make the right play, ready for the next ball, and are putting 110% effort to get the next point. We were able to adapt not only just by subbing people in or out or taking a time out, but guys on the court were really making a lot of changes between points, which was very huge, whether it be taking another guy off serve receive, running a different offense, or fixing a block. A lot of adapting on the court, and it really does start with trust. Starting to play with these guys back in August when we got together for open gyms, and having 4 or 5 months this spring, you build a lot of trust with each other.
Yeah, Dylan, same question. What to you from her perspective? You were, again, pretty steady throughout the but there was a lot of change around you as people were trying to elevate their play.
Every day in practice, we got new guys on the court. We got every 15 minutes is a new 6, 7 guys on one side. So we switch it up every day, and we're used to playing with every single guy that's on the team. So there's not one lineup of 6 guys that I can say, all right, I'm comfortable with this, and I'm not really comfortable with anything else. There were guys out there that I would trust my life. and I knew that, like, when Mike Schneider come out to do the serve, he did great against NYU. So I had no worries. I trusted Mike with that serve, and he pulled out, and he did great. And when we moved Ryan over to the right side, he does great swings in warm-ups, and he plays over there sometimes during practice. So, like I said, it's just we're like that every day in practice, so it came easy to us.
I've been with these guys for the last 48 hours, and it's been awesome to see these 2 guys. Patrick, maybe you could speak to the leadership that these 2 provide, because just watching your court time, and how they lead, and you and your assistant coaches kind of step aside. It obviously showed them tonight on the court.
Gabe has been a leader on this team solidly for 3 years. Dylan has really stepped up this year to become a very strong leader. I actually had that conversation with his parents last night. They're great guys. They're super focused. They're very well organized. They know exactly what needs to be done. They give great input. They're just incredible leaders.
Coach, would this be Cooper's best game? At least statistically, it was his best game. What to you for Cooper Diamond stood out? You stuck with him, of course.
Well, obviously his hitting percent was through the roof. I mean, he hit 647, so that was one other thing that we stepped up into the fifth set. We really keyed on trying to push the middles more because they were breaking and releasing early to go out to block the outsides and the pins because they were so strong. So both Tom and Cooper really stepped up in the fifth set, and Grant did a great job getting the ball to him and just getting it down.
Oh yeah, Gabe, I wanted to ask you about your, I mean, it was like a 4-point lead in the fifth set, but still, like your second contact, first contact save, just along press row. I mean, you were very fired up about it, and it seemed like it was a demoralizer in a match that had many major swings.
Yeah, when you're backed up against the ropes, I think of Rocky. He takes a lot of hits, and when you're backed up against the ropes like that, save a ball, and are able to come back with a point, you got to celebrate. I was really pumped up about that one. I practiced that a few times this season, and yeah, I was really pumped that the whole team just went wild for that one. So it's fun to celebrate.
And Dylan, you haven't faced Springfield this year. Most times you usually see them in the regular season, but obviously you watched them. What do you think you have to do better than usual against who they are this year?
I think we got to jump out early and realize that they're not going to roll over for us. That's something we say about every match. And sometimes we come out, sometimes we don't. So tomorrow we definitely have to push all emotion aside and really come out. I think it'll help that they're not going to have the Dominican home court advantage here. Yeah. So I'm really excited. We always say every year we wish we could be scheduled by Springfield, and at the beginning of the year we always say, like, you know what, if we're going to face Springfield, it's going to be in the final. So let's go play Springfield.
And Gabe, same question. I mean, you've watched Springfield many times. What do you have to do better than usual, do you think?
Win the serve-receive game. Every time that we played Springfield, it's all about firing serves and trying to get the other team out of the system and staying in the system on your serve-receive. Right now, I really trust the 3 or 4 guys that we have back there at serve-receive. We have a lot of adaptability with each other with it. And even though we were set back with a few aces today, we've been able to come back right after it.
Well, Coach, one more thing for me. I mean, you dropped the opening set, which was just epic, and a lot of other programs could have let that carry over. How about you, guys? Obviously, against NYU, I referenced that you're always battle tested because you live in that kind of, basically, you're guaranteed to play that kind of game with NYU, and you just had it. So.
We've played NYU 7 times in the last 2 years, and 6 of the 7 were 5 sets by 2 or 3 points. So absolutely, we're used to it. When you lose the first set 34-32, I don't really get too worried about it. It means that they're still fighting and they're going after every point, and their heads are in the game. So when it's that type of a score, I wasn't at all worried about that one.
Thank you all.
Thanks, question for Dylan. This is sort of a hometown crowd for you, being that you're from the Midwest, a lot of family out here. You, I think, maybe have reached your career high in kills today for a single match. So congrats on that one. Thoughts on having all the family around?
It feels good, I guess. This question's pretty out of nowhere, but, when we found out last year that the championship was going to be just an hour from my house, I told my mom we'd be in the finals. So I told her, and I said, hey, you can come up and watch us. She knew exactly at that time that we would be here too, so there was no doubt. And I really think over the past 6 games that both my play and my leadership style has really been able to contribute to the team a lot. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow. So hopefully we can bring that trophy back from the Midwest, up in the Great White North, eh?
No more broken teeth.
Are you done asking questions?
No, second question. Tom Burrell had recorded a double-double, which is very rare to be able to do out of the middle, getting 11 kills and 11 blocks. Coach, thoughts on Tom Burrell's performance today?
Wait, is this what you're going to be doing when you graduate? You're going to be taking this guy's job?
I'm gonna
here?
miss these. I'm gonna miss these.
I got next question.
Tom played awesome. I think everybody on the court today just really stepped up and did a great job. And it is very rare for for a middle to have a double-double. So kudos, obviously, to Tom.
Gabe, this has been your 67th season with Stevens. You're nearing retirement age here. What do you plan on doing after you hang up the jersey?
Well, I'm gonna be watching a lot of Stevens volleyball, supporting these guys because you made such a great impact on my life.
Can you turn that off? These two will go all day.
Awesome.